and welcome along and welcome back to Marwell Manor Farm. We're up at the shop because today we are going to be trying out this. This is a Claas Axion 930 Terra Trac. This has been it's been exclusive at Agritechnica. I have very kindly been sent a copy by a fan who was there, so thank you very much for that. And yeah, this is pretty awesome. Love the 3D tracks on this. It is just a great mod, a great tractor. Really pleased to see this in the game. So we're going to jump in this. We're going to be doing some seeding with this today. So you guys might remember last time on in Monday's video, we were collecting up the hay bales, and meanwhile our 800 series Axion, that was down and that was doing some seeding. At the end of that, we ran out of seed in our seeder. So what I've done is we've got the rest of the hay bales collected up, and we're going to run this video at 5 times. We are still on day 6 of spring, and we're going to be using this. We're going to try this out today. Absolutely loving it. Looks awesome, this does. Sounds amazing. And yeah, I just wanted to have a play around with the Terra Trac, and this just presented itself the perfect opportunity. Now, this is on a demo, which basically means I have added the money into the game for us to use it today. We will only be using this for this video. It won't be a permanent addition to the farm at the moment. But post-harvest, when we're looking for a new tractor to add to the farm, this is definitely a candidate. I think this would be an amazing addition to the farm. So we are going to be playing around with this, trying it out, having it on demo. It will be returned at the end, and any money made from it will be automatically returned as well. Will be taken out of the game, just so that we can have a play and a test. So let's unfold this and we'll open it up. The first thing we're going to do today is is to refill our seeder, because that's where we were last time. There we go. And up and in. And we're going to hook this up. So, yeah, we've got to refill our seeder in the same way as we have before. So it's onto here, hook up the bag. Now, this should take 2 bags worth. This overloader, we've got the horse overloader. So we'll let that fill. There we go. And yeah, so it will take 2 bags. It takes 2,200 litres of this front loader. And what we can also do is, once we finish with these bags, we can sell these back for £75, which is quite useful to be able to do. And so I'm not holding on to them. If we had an overloader, or if we had a buy anywhere or a seed thing, then we could possibly use that with these as well, and refill these bags. But I quite like the fact that they stick around, and then we sell them off after we've used them. So we will get these all sold off. I've already sold all the ones that we had from our first load, so that's good. But yeah, there should be plenty of space in our seeder for these. So I've got 3,000 litres of seed and 2,000 litres of fertiliser. That should be all that we need for the rest of the field. Oh, I know that the seeder itself takes 5,000 litres. Sorry, so this should be enough to fill the seeder up. If we have any left over, then what we will do is we will refill any of these bags. So we'll basically empty the seeder and then refill the bags. We do need to get hold of a front loader. Sorry, not a front loader, a pair of forks for our front loader. So I'm going to grab those at some point. There we go. And then this, of course, we'll just drive up to the back and load it up, because we don't have. If we had a telehandler, we wouldn't need to do this intermediate stage. But as this doesn't quite reach otherwise, we have to do it this way. There we go. A little bit forwards. There we are. So it takes a certain height to do it. But I do love this. I think this is absolutely brilliant, the way that this works. Right, that has done that. So we'll close that up. And I'm going to do the fertilizer next, because we may have enough, or already have enough seed in this to complete this. I may not have needed to have bought the third bag, but we can hold on to the third bag. That is absolutely fine. So let's just check how much fertilizer this takes. Jump into our Terra Trac. And yeah, absolutely, it takes 3,000 and 2,000. That's perfectly fine. So that's what we want to do. We want to put the rest of this. We want to put all this fertilizer in there, and probably the seed bag we've got. And it won't actually take all of that seed bag, because these seed bags are slightly less than 1,000 litres each, quite amazingly. So yeah, it won't take all of this fertilizer, and it won't take all of this seed. So both of these we will be looking to refill our bag a little bit. Did close that? Yes, we did. Perfect. There we go. So that is that one done. And we will drop that off the front. You might also notice that I have altered the Brussels laid bag grab as well. I've removed the guides off it, and I've actually lowered it a little bit so that we're able to be a little bit more accurate and a little bit more close quarters with it. We can actually stack bags next to each other as a result now. So yeah, I did a little bit of an alteration to this when we went and picked up these bags. And there we go. Fill that. Get that in the right place. There we go. So that is filling that now. And then we've just got the one remaining seed bag that we need to do. There we go. That's that one done. So we need to put one of these down in a position where we know we can fill it in a minute. So we'll disconnect that. Because, as I said, we are going to have a little bit left over from this. And then the next thing we're going to be doing over the next few episodes is we need to start getting to work doing some fertilizing. We're our field 18. We have not. Well, we've got a first stage of fertilizer in there. We need to get. Oh, this is fertilizer, so this goes on the front. So we need to get a second stage of fertilizer in with that. So there's that to be done. Get this at the right height. And we're not going to make it in there. Fortunately, this bit of the field has yet to be actually seeded yet. There we go. That should be good. Open it up. Yep. And in that goes as well. So as I said, this won't quite take all of this. I'm expecting it to cut off. I take it back. That took all of that. That was wholly unexpected. And it was like 10,060, maybe. No, I think we should be all right. So we'll put this last set of seeds in here. The other alternative is we just leave all the seeds, all the remaining seeds and fertilizer in the seeder. I mean, we're going to be using it later in the year anyway, and we can just top it off once we finish this job. That might not be wholly realistic, but yeah, certainly a viable way to go within game. Anyway, right, there we go. And load it up. And this IT runner is just so useful. Absolutely so useful. Right. There we go. Last. Yeah, it's 1,060, and our seeder holds. Our seeder only holds 5,000, so that's a little bit odd that all of that went in. We will see what happens. But yeah, so we'll get these bags sold off. Get them returned in a minute. There we go. Drop that off. This tractor can then... what we can do, actually, is we can get all this equipment back to the barn on the back of this trailer, like so. And then that moves all of this out the way. Like that. Oh, wants to sit on there like that. I think we might just put the overloader on there then, because that's a little bit odd seeing that stand like that. There we are. But we need to empty out our overloader first, of course. So, up. And in it goes. Perfect. Yeah, not quite all in there. So, we will put the last little bit of it back into one of the bags. And then we can fill up the bag later. Yeah, there we go. No. Why is that not going into that bag? Seems to want to, but it isn't. So we'll just close this off and leave this here. We can top up the seeder later, and that will do it. So turn this round, reverse this up onto here. No actual seed went into that bag. That bag is still empty. That can go onto our trailer. This, because that just looks dodgy, can go back on the front of here. And this will all go back to the shed when we are finished later. For now, though, we'll just hook it all up. There we go. And there. That down. And that's first 12 minutes of our video. Right, let's go try this out then. I know you're eagerly waiting how this works. So we will close up the cover. We have 2,000 litres of fertiliser. We have 3,000 litres of oats. I'm guessing the fertiliser, there's actually slightly fewer litres in those big bags. And fold it up. And away we go. So we do have GPS on this. We have set that up on this tractor as well. And it should just do this quite nicely, I think. I do love the look of this. We're going to get this properly dirty as well doing this job. Is the other thing. This is part of the reason why I went, yes, this is absolutely perfect for this. Is because we are in a position where it's going to get dirty doing this. By the end of this field, we should very much be in a position where it's a nice and dirty tractor, which is great. So reverse this up. There we go. We will set our A point. Oh, there we go. We got our A point set. We will turn this on, drop it down, and away we go. Absolutely perfect. Very happy with this. And yeah, using the GPS is just going to make things go that little bit straighter. Love how the tracks are getting really dirty already, which kind of makes sense, really. So let's set our B point. Let's auto width it back, and away we go. Look at that. That is just a very, very nice looking tractor. Runs like a dream. I think this... So I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that we should have this as our big tractor on the farm, the one that we're looking to buy later in the year. I was thinking of getting the Xerion on here, because this farm in real life, of course, does also have a Xerion. But I quite like this. I quite like it. It's a little bit different, so it'd be a second Axion on the farm, but it is that little bit different that would allow for having a piece of equipment like this on here, and would just work really, really well, I think, for us from that point of view. I mean, it's working absolutely brilliantly for us now. This is not the biggest piece of equipment we have on the farm, and this is nearly 400 horsepower. This is the slightly less powerful version of this tractor. So yeah, I'm very, very tempted for us to have this. So we may put this to a vote actually when it comes late in this series, and see whether we should have the Terra Trac or the Xerion. But yeah, I very much am interested in your opinions on this. There we go. And if you are at Agritechnica this week, you can pick this up. The easiest way, the way you need to do it is you need to pop round to all the other stands and grab the codes from there, and then that will give you access to this at the merchandise stall on Giant stand, and do that. Personally, I think that we may see these released later in the year as well. So I think we will see these released later in the year. That is my feeling. As far as I know, Giants have no plans for that at the moment. But the big question I have is, if these are released later in the year, if there is eventually, if this is eventually released, will we see them released on console? I would love that. That at the moment is the question for me. Is not will we see the release of these, because I think we will. It's will we see the release of these on console? And that's what I'm most intrigued about at the moment. And I would love it. I would love it if these things came out on console. That would be absolutely wonderful. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on this, doing this. We're going to get the rest of this field done. We're going to go and do a circle. So we had it that Courseplay was doing circles around these islands. So we're going to continue that and do a circle around this one, just to make sure we get the whole thing. There we go. And yeah, then we'll continue on. And yeah, let's get the rest of this field done. We're coming to towards the end of the main body of the field now, and I'd say I have been enjoying this tractor a lot. It is beautifully modelled. It is an absolute joy to play with, and it's just worked really, really well. Which I expect nothing less from a mod from Giants, to be honest. But it is. Yeah, I think this would be a really, really good fit for our farm. It's not too big. It's got a nice high horsepower for what we're doing here. We have this whole in need of a third tractor thing. Only downside is that I wouldn't have said this is massively a grass work tractor, but our 800 series Axion will absolutely do that job. You know, that will run our mowers, that will run our baler, so that is all good. And that can then be our general workforce on the farm. This can be our tractor for jobs like this very much. We can cultivate, we can seed, we can plow, we can do all of that kind of stuff with this, which is kind of where we were looking to position the Xerion as well. But, and this is where the big but comes in, as far as the Xerion is concerned, we have a saving of about 100,000. And considering we've had to borrow far more than I'd wanted to in this series, by this point already, I think that is a big consideration for us to take in at this point. We need to not be borrowing that much money. We could get this tractor. I think if we put this on cruise control for the moment, if we have a look at this tractor in here, it is 300 and it's 370 including the GPS on this, and that gives us 355 horsepower. You compare that to this, this is 435 and is more expensive. No, it's not. Okay, color me massively surprised. This tractor is more expensive than the base Xerion. I am actually shocked by that. I completely thought that this was going to be the other way around. So yeah, this is more expensive. This is by about 40,000. I honestly thought that was not going to be the case with this. I thought this tractor was not going to be. Wow, this is more expensive than the Xerion. So that does then flip it. You know, we need nearly 400,000 in order to buy this. We need 370,000, and it is and it's more expensive than the Xerion we were originally considering having, with a lot less horsepower in it. I mean, we're talking 100 horsepower less for about £50,000 more. Which is, yeah, that's quite special, actually. That's not what I had expected of this at all. So, yeah, we have a choice to make. Do we want nice, snazzy 900 series Axion with the Terra Tracs, or do we want a Xerion on this map doing that? I am now that we've had a look at that, I am really intrigued as to what you guys think in the comments. Let us know down below. That has thrown a massive cat among the pigeons, and I am yeah, I don't know where we're going to go after harvest, but I think it's going to be interesting. For this, we are just finishing off the headlands. I don't think I'm going to unload, as I was saying earlier, I don't think I'm going to unload the actual excess that we have in this. I think our better bet is probably just to go with leaving it in the seeder. It will be there for us next season as a result then, which will be good, and will work well. I have enjoyed using this tractor. As I was saying a moment ago, yeah, I have very much enjoyed using this tractor. It has worked an absolute dream doing this, and so as a result has been good to work with. We are going to head out here and to the last headland. So we're going to finish in this corner of the field, which wasn't where I'd originally planned for this to finish, and not where the course play had been designed to finish. But it will work well for it. Yeah, it is a good-looking tractor. This really good-looking tractor. I am just amazed at the price of it, though. That's a little bit more than I expected. And I'm guessing the 900 series, when we go along the back here, I want to have a look at the 900 series in general. So this is a 930. We know there's a standard version with just normal wheels on it. So yeah, along the back here we can put this on cruise control. We'll just go and have a look at the standard 930 series as well. Whoop, no, leave that going. Let's have a look at that then. Standard 900 series Axion, which we have here. And yeah, a standard 930 is nearly £100,000 cheaper, which is amazing. I'm just going to reverse ourselves up a little bit because we did miss a bit of the edge along there. So just straighten that out. Oof. Okay, this may not straighten very well because I am mucking this up. There we go. Right, so we want to run this along the edge here. Back down, straighten and down so that we don't get any kinks, hopefully. And we can just run along the edge there. A little bit of a kink there, but that's okay. So yeah, it's massively more expensive. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe it's a 900 series normally is around the same price as the Xerion, which again I am so surprised about. That is all kinds of interesting. Really is. As I said, next time we are going to be probably doing some fertilizing. We need to fertilize our canola we've got there in field 18. So we're going to get a fertilizer spreader on that. Well, we're going to get our fertilizer spreader that we've purchased on that. So we're going to have to buy some more fertilizer. We do have 60,000 at the moment, but we do also have a horrible loan. So once we have finished all of the work that we need to do this season to get us ready for harvest, we are actually going to pay off as much of the loan as we can. So that going into harvest we are spending as little money a day as possible. We may get a new sprayer. We do also have the Agritechnica sprayer stuff, so I'm tempted to give that a go and get a sprayer maybe, but we'll see where we are next time with that. But this has worked well, and I'm pleased with this. We are going to return this Terra Trac though, because it is only on demo. We have only got it for this episode. I would like to know what you guys think, whether you think it should stick around or whether we should go for the original plan of a Xerion. As I said, when we come to actually buying, I will put a vote up so that you guys can absolutely have your say. I'm going to lift this and put this into the corner. There we go. So that we can then make sure we get everything. But yeah, I am interested. For now though, we're going to get this back to the yard, finish this off. So lift it, turn it, and yeah, this will be returned. I'm intrigued, having had 0.6 of an hour on it, whether we will make as much money back as we initially paid for it. So we'll have a look at this. We'll go and return this to the yard and see if see if there's any cost to us on it. So we will put it into follow me and take it back, so that these two are back where they should be. I think it would be a great addition to the farm, but it is that cost. That's where I am at the end of the day, is that is still quite a cost to us. Well, that will go nicely there for now. Let's turn that off. Hopefully it won't fly into the back. It's not got that dirty, interestingly, looking at this. Not seeing a lot of mud on it. We had quite a bit on the tracks itself. But yeah, we don't anymore. Let's have a quick look. See how much this is worth if we resell it. Well, if we were to resell it, we are just going to return it. It would be 200 Wow, that has lost quite a bit of money's worth just using that there. But yeah, as I said, we are going to return it. It is just on demo and is yeah, not something that we are at the moment have a use for, because we're now heading into summer. We might have another look at it in the autumn. For now, though, this is where I'm going to leave today's video. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.